Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. I am Sri Lankan Sammy. Sammy in Cebu. Let's get comfortable here. Unfortunately, I forgot my microphone, so I got to be a little bit closer to the screen. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I've got the other phone on so I can see everything because it is bright here. We are poolside, beachside, checking it out, just hanging out here. It is 10 a.m. in the morning, Saturday. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Let me just make sure the sound is okay here. Right here, we are poolside. Yeah, it looks good. Wow, it looks good. It sounds good. We got good internet here. Unfortunately, if as you can see, when I move my head, the screen looks, the view looks a lot better than when I put my head in here. The way this camera works, I don't understand it. I've tried to figure it out, but it's a no-go. So, welcome to 17 days left till I am back home. Already planning so many things. Um, Planning things for this week and next week. Planning things for my return, and planning things for when I get back here. It's a non-stop busy week. Let me tell you something. So Anuj is here. He moved here for a couple of days. He's leaving tonight. 11 p.m. He is out. I mean, hopefully not too much noise in the background here. It's a family day today, so it's going to be very busy. But we're going to stick around as long as you guys want. So please say hello, say hi. Let me know where you are calling from, where you are watching from, and we'll have a fun morning. I'm going to stretch out here and relax, get comfortable, because we're going to be here a while. So anyway, let me just double check the sound, make sure it's okay. Hi, let me know where. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. So I'm Sri Lankan Sammy. Sammy in Cebu. I am a Canadian Sri Lankan semi-retired vlogger here in Cebu, Mactan, Newtown, Lapu-Lapu, Philippines. I am entering my 5.5 month here. I will be here 5 months, 29 days when I leave, 28 days when I leave on the 26th. I've had a pretty good time here. Darren, good to see you, brother. Hope everything is okay with you and you're having a great week. I am. So what's been going on this week? A lot has been going on this week. I don't even know what to talk about. Thomas, good to see you, brother. Good morning to you. It is good evening, Friday night to you. And for Darren in Australia, it is early afternoon. It's 10 a.m. local time, 34 degrees Celsius here. Absolutely amazing day. We have had a run of 2 weeks of beautiful weather, but tomorrow and Monday, we're getting a low pressure system, an in and out storm really quick. Going to whip up the waves and the wind. As you can see, the waves are pretty choppy out there. So here's what's going on. Well, the motorcycle conked out yesterday. We went for dinner. Me, Anuj, Paul, and his girlfriend. He took us to a local restaurant, a local street food place. And the four of us ate with soda and water. The four of us ate like rice and meat, double plates, and it was 700 pesos, which is $12 for four people to eat. Four people, four adults, ate a full meal, dinner, meat, vegetables, and rice for $11 or $12. Can you imagine that? And it was good. It was good. It was so good. I cannot wait till I get back and I will eat. I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna buy food. I'm not gonna cook. I'm gonna buy fruits, eggs, maybe a few like I like making pancakes, maybe some bread and sandwich meat just in case I don't want to go out for dinner. I can make a sandwich. But that's Terry texting me. But I don't want to waste time cooking anymore. Maybe once in a while, like I'll cook I really like pasta, so I'm gonna cook pasta once in a while, um, because I really do like that. But I'm not gonna do this anymore where I buy like a bulk thing. I'm gonna portion my food a little bit more. I'll just make like one meal, portion the spaghetti, the pasta, the beef, because cooking it, freezing it, and then thawing it out, it just does not taste the same. Does not taste the same. And like I would make the pasta, and then it wouldn't reheat properly. So I'm just gonna make portions for one meal, and that's it, one or two meals. Anyway, so we went with the motorcycle. It didn't start, but then I turned it off and turned it back on, and it started. So we drove out to the place. It was about 10 minutes away. We had our dinner, and I went to go start the bike. Wouldn't start. So it looks like it's the same problem that we had before, which is the fuel sensor, which got fixed 5 months ago, 4 months ago. And so I went this morning to see if I could. The last time I did was I took the screwdriver, I loosened the fuel sensor, sprayed a little WD-40, screwed it back in. Nah, didn't work. So my friend Tim is going to figure out somebody to come down, and we're going to tow the bike over to another mechanic, or that mechanic's going to come and pick up the bike. So we're going to figure that out, and we have to do it like today or tonight or early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it's going to pour rain on that bike. I don't like when it rains on the bike. Anyway, that's another headache. Thomas, I'm going to answer your question. I just want to finish my story. Anuj is leaving tonight, so he's going to come down here. Terry and Paul are going to come down here. Terry's girlfriend works till 1 p.m. She might come in the afternoon for a little bit. And then I met a new friend, Bruce, from Key West. Really nice guy. We're going to probably interview him. He is a character and a half. I really like the guy. And here's the thing. It's so cool that we get to meet such interesting people. And he just walked up and started talking to me. And I had another gentleman walk up and talk to me from Louisiana. Really, really nice guy. And I hope I get to see him again, because he was a really sweet man. Beautiful accent. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful accent. It was so, I don't want to use the word cute, but it was, I mean, that very southern drawl. Oh, he was a very nice man. I'm having just wait. I wish I didn't have to leave. I wish I didn't. And, every minute I'm thinking about it, I'm like, do I really have to leave? And I do. I have to go home. I'm really hope Lady Sarah comes to Sri Lanka, because she can then bring my new debit card and credit card from Korea. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get it delivered to her house, and then she's going to have to DHL it to me, because you can't send it through regular post. Got to figure that out. I don't really need them, but I'd like to have them, because I don't use the debit card. I just go online and I transfer money from Korea to Sri Lanka. YouTube is doing well. The numbers are strong. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much for all the love and the support. Truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are the best. As you know, I belong to a motorcycle club, and we today booked our rally. I'm spearheading, I'm the head of the rally committee. Our rally is our yearly function where we all get together, the entire worldwide network gets together because we have people all over the world, not all over the world, all over Southeast Asia. And we have a once a year get together. This year, which I participated in December, was about 60 people. We had about 40 members and then guests of members. So it was a really good turnout. The weather wasn't that great. The location was okay, but and the problem is that nobody wants to spearhead it. Nobody wants to take care of it. So I said, before I leave here this time, I said it in January. I said, as soon as the rally is over, we should start planning the next one, not leaving it till last minute. Because I don't know if it's apathy or just nobody wants to take responsibility, but that's my skill. I love planning events. That's what I've done my entire life. So I spearheaded it. I got the consensus as to where we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, understanding people's logistics and budget. And I found a private villa that fits 50 people, sleeps 40, and it's not even 10 minutes from this place here. So, and it's secluded where we can make a lot of noise and nobody's going to get bothered. And there's a swimming pool and a large kitchen and everything like that. So the other place was inconvenient. So here we can cook our food. So we're going to get the place from 2 p.m. till 11 a.m. the next day. And it's overnight. So nobody has to drink and drive. Lots of parking for the motorcycles. And today we booked it for October 31, Halloween weekend. So we're going to do it on Halloween weekend, Saturday night. It's booked. And now that it's booked, the next meeting that I have with my team is to decide the price points so that people can start saving the money. It'll probably cost about $20 per person for unlimited food and drinks and the event location. So that'll be that set up. I need to start planning my return. I need to start talking to my property manager to see what units are available because I'd like to take a look at them. I'm probably going to be in Tower A or B. I'm in Tower C right now. So when you're looking at my places, there's 3 towers. I'm on the far left. And what happened? I've shown you guys before the noise that comes from the street level because of the water truck and then the squatters village. But if I'm more to the right, 2 more buildings over, Paul said the view is insane if you get a corner unit, 1 bedroom, and my property manager has a lot. So that is going to be a fun thing. And the price is going to be exactly the same as what I pay right now. I'm going to be ordering some fans and I'm going to buy some wire mesh to put on the windows, and I'm going to tape it around so that I can open the windows and leave them open and not have any bugs come in and don't have to use the aircon. And I'm going to get one of those. We have them in Sri Lanka. It's the magnetic screen that when you go through it, it's magnets. And then when you close it, it magnetizes and closes. So I'm going to get one of those, a couple fans. So I'm going to kit out the place because I'm going to be here for a couple of years. Now, Thomas, your question, I am doing an in-depth review of insurance. I am going to a meeting on Tuesday morning to meet with an insurance broker, a local insurance broker. So I don't really understand the definitions. So there's several kinds of insurance. There's travel insurance. Then there's health insurance, and then there's critical care. So there's 3 different kinds of insurance, and I need to understand what they each cover. Now, travel insurance is generally provided by your home country or a firm in your home country, and it covers any problems or issues while you're traveling. So trip interruption, lost luggage, delays, repatriation, and simple issues with accidents and stuff. But you have to pay out of pocket, and you file a claim, and then you get your money back. That's how travel insurance usually works. Street Air, thank you for joining. Good morning. Good morning to you. Where are you calling from? Thank you for joining the conversation here. You're new. I haven't seen your handle before, but thank you for joining. What brings you to our lovely, lovely channel? So Thomas, I mean, I use AI very, very. I use AI a lot, and I put in my requirements of what I needed and what I want and where I'm going. And one thing I learned is that if you're living in a place more than 6 months, travel insurance doesn't cover you. From what I understand, again, I'm not an expert on this. I'm going to find out. But if you're in a country more than 6 months, your travel insurance doesn't cover you. You need local coverage, or you need extended coverage from your home country. You need health insurance and not travel insurance. That's what I've heard. So you need to double check on that. Now, what I did is I wanted a company that would pay the local fees for me, that I didn't have to do out of pocket. So I found a company called Pacific Cross. Large company. They have offices. They're not online. Well, they are online, but they have offices. So I'm actually going to an office to meet a person and speak with them. So that's the difference. I mean, we come from that generation where we need the bricks and mortar type of situation, right? So, and guys, let me know if there's any issues with the live stream, if you can't hear me, if you can't see me, if it cuts out. I have my phone running, so I'm watching it live as well. So Srinair, yeah, from India. Welcome. Thank you for joining. My memory is not the best. Short-term memory, I forget things very easily. Not that I'm dumber. It's always been that way. Like remembering names and stuff, it's always like, I don't know why it doesn't click to me. I can remember my home phone number from 45 years ago, but I can't remember what I did yesterday. I can remember those stupid lyrics to songs, but important stuff like this, I don't remember. But thank you for joining. I truly appreciate it. So, Thomas, I'm going to investigate it, and I'm going to post a blog about insurance, and all the answers are going to be there. Okay, so don't worry about it. I'm doing an in-depth review of it. So, what I wanted was, and I got to check with my insurance agent in Sri Lanka. I have critical care from my home insurance because I'm the owner of the house. I have life insurance, not life insurance. So critical care. I don't care about life insurance because I don't have any dependents, and the money I have in my assets will cover my funeral, which isn't going to be very expensive anyways. No showing, no embalming, just immediate cremation and disposal of the ashes. I really don't care because I don't have any dependents. Nobody's going to come and visit my grave. So no grave, just discard the ashes somewhere. I really don't care. No ceremony, nothing. Just dispose of them. I have to finish my will as well, and that's another reason I have to go to Sri Lanka. Mom has to do the power of attorney. I have to get her on that so that when I'm gone, she can do anything that I need back in Sri Lanka without me having to be there. So I wanted a coverage where I would pay someone in the Philippines, an insurance company, and then they would cover me and pay my medical bills to the hospital directly, or the hospital would bill them directly. So I said, do you cover the hospital that's right here and the other one in Cebu? And they said, yes. So that was my main choice of going with this person and meeting them. Now, my insurance is going to cost me about $120 a month. I have to pay it biannually or annually. You get a discount if you pay it annually in advance, and it's about $1,500. That's nothing. And if I get a deductible, then it's much cheaper. And here's where I have to look at it. So I'm looking at coverage only if I get hit by a bus or I get into a car accident or a motorcycle accident. If I have to pay more than $10,000 in ICU care, that's what I'm looking for. So I have to justify the monthly expense that I'm paying, so $120 a month, versus what I could claim in a year. I know what I claim in a year on general health, which is about $100, about $400 a year in blood tests, and maybe a little bit of medication here or there, like vitamin D supplements or something like that. Don't need those anymore, obviously. So I need to look at, okay, so here's where you need to look at it. Let's say it's $1,500 a year, and then I take a $1,000 deductible or $500 deductible, and it reduces my yearly payment to $1,000 a year. Okay, so I'm still paying, let's say, $100 or $80 a month. Is that $40 in savings a month going to cover the costs of what I'm going to spend out of pocket, right? So that's what I need to look at. Now, I'm going to investigate that. You guys will see it. Oh, Thomas, I have no idea what that is. Visa letter. I think that would be for people who require a visa. As an American, you have visa on arrival, so you don't need a visa. You get a visa on arrival. You're what they call visa free. And the technical term is not to be taken literally. You still have a visa, but you're not required to apply for one in advance. When you land, they'll give you your visa immediately without any questions, because you're American. Let me tell you, a friend of mine who I met here a couple of weeks ago, not a friend, sorry, a subscriber, Nick, I'll tell you a story. He came and I met him. He's from California, or I can't remember, sorry. And I was going to interview him next week because he was coming back here. He was going to travel around. He went to Davao and he picked up a stomach bug, and he was out for 8 days. He came back. He was here for 2 days. He texted me. He was stuck in the room because he couldn't go anywhere because he needed to be near, the facilities. I went to the hospital. I told him where to go, right? The local hospital. And he was there for the day. They admitted him, gave him IV, gave him a bunch of meds, and he flew back home the next day. He's in Texas. I remember now. He's back in Texas. I hope you're doing okay, Nick. If you see this, I hope you're doing okay. So, those kinds of, if that happens, I want that covered, right? What would it have cost me? I got to ask him how much he's out of pocket for that. I'm going to ask him that when I do my visa, when I do my insurance vlog next week. I will ask him how much he was out for that. So also, Thomas, don't try Googling. Use Google AI. Don't just Google, right? Google AI does a more deep research and provides you links to the actual information instead of indexing websites. So what people don't understand, Google website search is an index of sponsored or popular websites that are in tune to your thinking and your cookies. So let's say, for example, you believe in one religion. You have Googled that information. Now those cookies are stored in Google. Those cookies are stored. So when you search something that's related to that, it will push websites that have that information attuned to your thinking. So it like thinks about which website will this person go to, click on, and sit on for a long time, because that's how they make their money. So it may not give you the information that you really need. It will give you the information that you like. Okay, so that's when people say they Googled it and that's what I found. Well, you found that information because it was attuned to your way of thinking. That's the way the algorithm works. So AI is a little bit different. I don't know about Google AI, but I know that ChatGPT is not doesn't use like-minded cookies or anything like that. It researches and provides a and I don't want to say it's unbiased, but it provides research. Yeah, Thomas, a lot of people don't realize that. And when I explained it to my mom, she was like, it took her a second to like realize, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Because, I mean, just to be honest, like, how does Google make their money? They make their money, they get paid by the websites to index them. And when you click on when you do a Google search, you'll see it, the top 3 or 4 are sponsored. Those people pay to get their website. When that keyword is entered, their page pops up to the top. So they get paid to do that. That's how Google makes their money. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. So let's say, for example, you have a certain kind of political thinking. I don't want to get involved in one way or another, okay? Whether it's left, right, center, up, down, up my ass, up your ass, I don't care, okay? But here's the thing. If you have one way of thinking and you enter that into Google and you say, I want to read this guy's vlog, or I want to listen to this guy's news, right? Google remembers that because of the cookies, right? It remembers that you went to this website, and it remembers how long you sat there, how long you watched, how many pages you clicked, right? Even if you're incognito, it still remembers. And it says, okay, well, this guy liked this kind of website, right? And it says, what did other people like you look at related to this? And the next time you enter in a search for something related to that, it will look at what other people like you looked at for the longest and will put those results at the top. If you and I both search the exact same words, we will get 2 different results, especially when it comes to, like, I don't want to say sensitive topics, but like, you know, whatever kind of thinking you like to think, right? So that's what that makes sense. So Srinair, there are comprehensive global coverage for all jurisdictions, but you want to focus on the 1 or 2 places or the region. You want to keep, like, again, I don't know, and you need to look at your country, what your country provides, and what your destination country provides. Because there's providers that are local to your country that you can pay in your local currency, and then there's vendors in other countries that I have to pay in US dollars, because they only accept US dollars, because I'm not a local citizen. So the other thing I've seen is that when you look for like more than one country coverage, like for example, you can look at safety wings. This is not sponsored, but this is one that I've heard. It's very expensive. It's more for young digital nomads, not for us older people. You want a brick and mortar company that will pay your local bills. You don't want to have to pay, then go home, and then file a claim and then try to get your money back in 30 or 60 or 90 days. That's just a pain in the butt. When I did one of these online digital nomad insurance companies, there's hundreds of them out there. It had a plan that excluded the United States and Europe, because when you include those two regions, North America and Europe, the price skyrockets, right? Because of the healthcare costs, how much it costs to provide healthcare in the U.S. especially. So they exclude those countries. So you want to look at what that is. I know, Thomas, that like the internet, people don't realize, and it's so funny. Like I watch this. Well, I Googled it and that's what it said. Of course, that's what it said, because Google is providing you the information that you want to hear. That's why I don't use Google anymore. I use an AI, and I cross-reference my AI with another AI, right? So I use 2 or 3, and I cross-reference, and then obviously I will go on Google and just see what Google has to say. So I double, triple, and quadruple check everything to ensure that the information that I am looking at is reliable and trustworthy. And everybody says, oh, I am particular about making sure that my information. Hey, Paul. Good morning, sir. Hong Kong and USA, not Europe. Again, I haven't researched it 100%. Your plan is very good plan, so I like that. Yeah, those two countries. I remember with USA was a ridiculous price, and I was like, wow. And I just did it as an experiment because I'm not traveling to the USA, but I did it as an experiment just to see what was going on, right? So, what else? Yeah, so I'm going to find out about the insurance, right? Insurance is so difficult to find, find the right one. Also, you got to find a company that'll cover you over 65. Mom was always telling me there's no company that'll cover you over 65. And I'm like, I found one that covers me to 100. Now, the price is insane, but it'll still cover you. And Mom doesn't she believes that everything she learned 20 to 40 years ago is still today. And I'm like, that, the world changed. The world changes. Grow with it. Learn. Adapt. What happened 25 years ago isn't happening today. But you guys know there's no use arguing with us. Gen X? Are we Gen X? I can't even remember which one we are. Gen X. Our Gen Xers and baby boomers, us born in the 60s and 70s, in the 50s and 60s, us born in the 50s and 60s. You're not going to change my mind. I'm a stubborn old fart. I'm the first one. I always joke with Paul's girlfriend, Angel. I always say, she always calls, so sweet. She always calls me Sir Sam. I always say, just please call me Sam. We're friends. You're like my little sister. She's a sweetheart. And I always tell her, she cares about me. She truly cares about it. She's like, she even set me up with one of her friends, and unfortunately it didn't work out, but I didn't want to get involved with someone that I'm not interested in. I want to find, and she says, what are you looking for? And I said, and Paul even said, he says he wants what you and I have. He wants a relationship where he can feel at peace and happy. And she goes, why are you still alone? You've been here a long time, and I haven't seen you with any girls. And I'm like, it's because I'm an asshole. And she laughed. She loves how silly I am. She says, you're such a silly guy, and she says you're so funny. But anyway, AXA, Paul. Yeah, that's a big company as well. They're a little bit more expensive from what I found. So again, when I go to Pacific Cross on Tuesday, I'm going to report back as to, and Paul, before I go there, can you text me on WhatsApp any questions you have for your plan so that I can compare what they offer here to what you are getting from AXA? So if you can pay here in the Philippines directly, or I think they, well, I'll find out. Okay. We'll talk about it later when I see you later. Optimum Global affiliated to AXA, one of the biggest ones in the world. Yeah. Like you were telling me your plan and the cost of my plan, but you have yourself plus Angel on your plan and you're over 60. So as you get older, the price goes up. The price goes up. Simply Social, I have not lived in IT Park. I've never lived in IT Park. But I have visited there, and Anuj has lived there, and I visited many, many times. And I'll tell you, one of the main differences between IT Park and here, for me, is I like the beach. I like the ocean. I like the quiet. I'm not interested in living in the city. Now, if you want to live in the city, if you want shopping, if you want food options, if you want the modern, very modern Western lifestyle, then IT Park is where you want to live. If you want more expats, you want IT Park. Now, I have a lot of expats here, but they're short term, they're tourists because we have 2 hotels here and Airbnbs. So here I get to meet lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of tourists, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so IT Park is cheaper. IT Park is cheaper. IT Park has bigger units. But as Anuj has pointed out, some of the units that they've lived in were not quality. My other friend Jake, his condo during the typhoon was pouring water through the windows. Like he had to stand there pretty well the whole night mopping, otherwise it would have flooded his condo. Simply Social, there is a price difference. Again, I can't give you the details because I don't know what you like. But if I was to compare apples to apples, like the same size, you're looking at about 3,000 to 5,000 a month cheaper. So, you know, anywhere between $20 to $50 a month cheaper. But you're going to be running your aircon more because you're in the city. You can't open your windows. I can open my windows here. Clean country air, right? Oh, Simply Social, great question. And I've said this before. When you travel on vacation, hotel or Airbnb, it all depends on your budget. Do you want to use your home, your place as a base to travel around and do like lots of activity? Or do you want to just sit and sleep and sip pina coladas on the beach? Then you do a hotel. Right? An Airbnb is just a place to keep your stuff. When you're coming for long term, like I am, you get a hotel or an Airbnb for a week. Preferably a hotel for a week because you can extend it. And you don't unpack. You just start going from place to place to place, knocking on doors to find what you're looking for. So how I found this place was I walked down the street and I met somebody who was pitching, you know, buy this condo. And I said, do you know where I can rent one? And they took me to an office and introduced me to the property manager that has control over 80 units in this complex. And that's how I got to be here. My first place, I searched online, and I'm pretty good at doing, you know, internet searches and like Google Maps and looking at the surrounding areas. And I wanted to be close to my friend Tim, and I want to be close to the beach and blah, blah, blah. And I found a place that was cheap and looked nice and clean and whatever, and had a pool. But it turned out it wasn't as nice as what the picture showed. And I was glad to get out of there and come here. I paid exactly the same amount. And here's the funny thing. I even negotiated the price down by 40%. I couldn't believe what they wanted originally for that place. If I had stayed there and known so I can't remember what they originally wanted, but I got them down to 30,000 pesos a month. They were probably asking 60 or 70 pesos a month, or maybe 50. I can't remember. It was some ridiculous price. And I got it down to 30,000 pesos a month because I said I was going to stay for 5-6 months, but I left after a month. So, and I'm paying 30,000 pesos here. So, Simply Social, yeah, I've been to Thailand so many times. If you check out my old channel, Retired with Mom and Dad, you can go back to my old channel and see all of my Thailand videos. I spent the last 10 years traveling to Thailand, and I was going to retire there. But then the rules started changing, and they got tighter on the visas. They got tighter on the banking, and the cost of living just skyrocketed. I can't live there for the same price that I can live here. I mean, I could, but not the way I want to. And it just got, especially Pattaya, it got worse. I don't live in Pattaya. I live south of Pattaya, about 20-30 minutes. And it just got to be crazy over there. I didn't like it anymore. I wouldn't live in Hua Hin. I don't want to live in Chiang Mai. I don't want to live in Phuket or Krabi. It's too expensive. Jomtien is the best place for me because I like beach life. I love Thailand. And I've done a video, or I will be doing a video in the next week or so, comparing Thailand to the Philippines. I've lived in Thailand a total of, I'd probably say, a year over the course of the last few years. Off and on for like 2 months, 3 months, 6 months type of thing. And then what happens is that now that I've been here, I have been in the Philippines twice on 6-month trips. So this time was 6 months, and the last time I was here was 6 months in a different place. I was in the north. So I will do a video comparing the two. I think the biggest thing is the visas. Number 2, the cost of living. Number 3, what a lot of expats say is that Filipinos all speak English, all of them. 99% of Filipinos speak English, whereas Thai, it's difficult to find someone outside of the tourist area that speaks English or understands English. And if you are long-term, you want to communicate properly with people, and you don't want misunderstanding. Like today, last night, my motorcycle conked out, and luckily we were right across the street from a mechanic, so I went over there. I mean, Angel was there. She speaks Pasay, but I spoke to the guy, and he's perfect English, like native. Thomas, I'll be very honest with you, brother. Where are you going to land? Where are you staying? Simply Social, give me 1 second. Because let me tell you something. I thought too I was going to cook and save money. Paul has shown me that you can eat out 1 meal a day, not lunch, maybe dinner, and it's so much cheaper. So much cheaper, because going out and buying the food, unless you cook every day and take the time to cook every day, you're going to waste a lot of food. Oh yeah, the reef, man. Let me tell you, it's right over there. I can see it from here. Kambuli and the reef, oh, gorgeous places. 2.5 times the price of what I'm paying here. But there is no commercial space. One of the things I absolutely love about Mactan Newtown is the commercial district. Sir Sam. Oh, there's Angel. Love to see you. Come down to the beach, Angel. Please come hang out with me. Bring some of your pretty friends. uh, so simply social. Let me go back. Confused about Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines. So many choices, but the visa, like you said, changes. What do you think about Hua Hyun, Thailand? Hua Hyun is a great, quiet place. Lots of expats. I visited there once. Lots of expats. Check out 60 Seconds in Thailand. Okay, 60 Seconds in Thailand. Um, he lives in Hua Hyun. Great guy. So funny. And he talks about life in Hua Hyun. All right. Hua Hyun is great. It's a little quiet. Uh, I like it here because I have a hospital. Hua Hyun, I don't know about the medical services there. I know Pattaya has one of the best hospitals in all of Thailand, outside of Bangkok. Cebu has one of the best hospitals outside of Manila. Um, like I said, the number one reason I'm choosing Philippines, a 3-year tourist visa. 3 year. As long as and they're never going to change it. They're never going to change it. Vietnam is a great cost savings. Vietnam is the cheapest. The problem with Vietnam is that they are a communist country. Your rights are very limited unless you get a retirement visa. Tourist visas, 3 months, that's it. Can't stay any longer. I don't want to get a retirement visa. And I've talked about this. I'm going to do a big story about visas. I don't want to get a retirement visa because I don't want to give my money to anybody. My money that I can't touch, and I can't make money from my money. Right now, I'm in a situation where I have money that is making me money. Okay. I'm not earning any money right now. Every penny I earn is paying for my lifestyle. A digital nomad, you can get digital nomad visas, but they're complicated because you have to prove that with contracts that you have this money coming in. And I'm a freelancer. Half my income is no contract. So, and I doubt that my company would ever give me a contract. I'm a nomad. Well, not nomad, but I work online. Now that's gonna like shut down pretty soon. So you have to be careful with your visa because if you are earning money, you need a digital nomad visa. Otherwise, you're in violation. Vietnam. Yeah, Thomas, the reef in Tambuli. My God, I went over there. It's so beautiful. Simply Social. Here's my opinion about different places. I can't tell you because I don't know you. I only know me. Okay. I would never stay in Hua Hyun because I don't like it. If I had my choice of places to live, if I could live in one place, it would be Southern Jomtien or Krabi in Thailand, or because of the location and the airport and the hospitals. Number 2 would be Phu Quoc, Vietnam, or Da Nang because of the beaches and the luxury and the cost of living. And number 3, Cebu, Philippines, because of the people, the visas, and the beaches, and the medical. Indonesia, no. Bali, no. Too expensive, too crowded, too crazy. Boracay, no. Dumaguete, maybe. Dumaguete, Darwin. I have a friend who lives there. Check him out. His YouTube channel is Go Joe Wonder. GOJO Wonder. Great guy. Amazing channel. Really great channel. He's retired there. He's about 4 or 5 hours by boat from me, south of here. And the further south you go in the Philippines, the less likely you are to be hit by a typhoon. Because the typhoons shear right here in Cebu. They shear north. Um, so typhoons don't go south of Cebu. It's rare. And also, they don't have volcanoes down there, and they don't have a lot of earthquakes. They have earthquakes, not a lot of them. The earthquakes are more in the north, the center north. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying the frequency, right? Um, oh, Dunsit tonight. Yeah, yeah. So it's not down the road; it's up the road. So Dunsit tonight is north of us, and I did a motorcycle trip up there. There's nothing up there, and if you guys remember, I met a friend from Switzerland. I did an interview with him. He stayed up there for a week. He said there's nothing to do. You stay in the hotel and that's it. That's it. So if you're staying on the isthmus, on the peninsula at the north end of Lapu-Lapu, I would, brother, I would tell you to come and stay here at Newtown, brother. Please, if you can cancel your reservation and move here, you're going to love it here so much more. If you can't, come and visit here. Come and check it out. Yes, you will need a bike. You'll need a bike 110%. There is nothing to do out there other than stay in your hotel. If you come outside, it's nothing but locals, and it's just like squatters. There's nothing. I drove up there. So I can't remember which vlog I did, but one of the motorcycle vlogs. So you'll see the motorcycle vlog, and it was in the last week or two, and you'll just see the motorcycle vlog and of me going up north. When I say up north, I just mean like in the northerly direction. Yeah, you'll need to rent a scooter, which will run you about $50 a month, I think. If you rent it by the month. Don't rent it by the day or the week, rent it by the month. Please make sure you have your international driver's permit. The police will stop you, and you will have to pay a little if you don't want a ticket. And to get the ticket cleared up, you have to go all the way into Cebu to take care of it. So make sure you have your international driver's permit and you have a motorcycle endorsement. So if you haven't a legal license to drive motorcycles, the scooters, you can't drive on a car license. You need a motorcycle license. People all say, oh yeah, if it's under 50 cc's, you can drive it. No. No one, anyone tells you, oh, I got stopped and they let me go. It's a police officer's discretion. The law is you need a motorcycle driver's license to drive a scooter. Even in Thailand, I don't understand how these people think they get away with it. Do not drive with flip-flops and do not drive without a helmet. They'll stop you and ticket you. And you'll get in trouble. When are you coming, Simply Social? I'm leaving on the 26th of March, so in like 2.5 weeks. But I will be back, I'm thinking, the second or third week of June. Second or third week of June. I will, yeah, so there is a paid gym, NAST, but I use the gym in the condo for free. I'm satisfied so far. When I exhaust the weights and the level, and I can't get stronger, I will move to the paid gym. So the gym in my condo is basic equipment. Go check out some of my former vlogs. And I'm going to be doing an exercise vlog, one before I leave, on the results of my exercising for the last 5 months. I am huge now. I've ripped like 2 shirts. So there is a gym next to the Starbucks on the second floor called NAST, N-A-S-T. And I think So they're check their website. Their prices are on their website. I think they're about $100 to $150 a month, but their gym is insane. Like every piece of equipment and whatever little thing you want, they got it. They got everything. That place is packed with weights and machines and cardio. So you don't have to worry about. You're getting your money's worth. So Simply Social, where are you right now? So the gym is in Mactan Newtown, in the complex that I live at. And there's another gym across the street in the LG Walk Mall. I can't remember. I think it's called Absolute Fitness. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a little cheaper and it's a little smaller. But I don't live in Cebu. I live in Lapu-Lapu Island. So where are you right now? And going from 1600 to 1800? Wow. And that's US dollars? That's a lot, brother. Let me tell you. I remember what I was paying in Toronto 25 years ago. I was paying $2,500. Sherman, Texas. Damn, brother. Let me tell you. That is expensive. That is expensive. Oh, but so Simply Social. I'm going to be here back in June, so we can definitely meet up. I would suggest coming here to Mactan Newtown on an Airbnb, or I can hook you up with my property manager. A one bedroom here will cost you, if you are doing long-term lease, about 30,000 pesos a month, plus about 4,000 to 5,000 pesos of utilities. So you'll be paying about 600 US dollars a month for a one bedroom with an ocean view, with a view of this every day, and a balcony, and a gym. And in my condo, there's tennis court, rock climbing wall, outdoor patio on the 4th floor, and next door to us is a nightclub. So that's Anuj. He has to check out. They do 6 months or less. So Simply Social. Why don't you click on my main page and my email address? Why don't you email me or click? No. Why in the description of this vlog? There, if you scroll down, there's my WhatsApp link. Click that. If you have WhatsApp, click that, and then we'll chat offline, and I can connect you with my property manager, and they can set you up. All you got to do is a bank transfer for the first month, deposit, and when you get here, you're all set up. They'll take good care of you. So from here to my pool, to my condo, is a 7-minute walk. That's it. And then it's a 3-minute walk to the ocean. So we walk around the other side to the ocean. It's great exercise, let me tell you. It's wonderful. I don't mind it. So from the entire complex, and I've done a walkabout. On my, if you go back on my channel, I've done a walkabout from the entrance to our community. So, okay, let me give you an idea. So Simply Social. Think of Lapu-Lapu as Manhattan, okay? And Cebu City is Jersey, New Jersey. Cebu Island is New York State, okay? So New York City is in New York State. Cebu City is in Cebu Island, okay? Lapu-Lapu is an island off of Cebu Island. So Lapu-Lapu is Manhattan. And I live in a municipality called Mactan. So like a borough like Queens or whatever. So inside of my municipality, they call it a barangay of Mactan is this semi-gated complex that is developed by a company called Mega World, called Mactan Newtown. All right, so great plan, Simply Social, great plan. And then wait about. So I'm just reading what you're saying, but I want to say, come here, get a place, an Airbnb for a week, and then you can go meet the property manager at your own leisure and see what units they have, and then decide which one you want to move into. Right? So yeah. I'm thinking about doing 3 months exploring the Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand to see which one I like the best. Before you do that, Simply Social, explore the visas, like the tourist visas versus the retirement visas. Like in Thailand, there's several kinds of visas. There's a student visa where you can go to a Muay Thai boxing school or an English school, or sorry, a Thai school or a cooking school. And that'll give you a year visa. And you can just keep renewing that. For how long? I don't know. Whether they'll close that loophole, I don't know. Or you can put down a certain amount of money into deposit that you can't use forever and then try to get it back when you leave. You can do that, or you can prove that you're earning a certain amount of money on pension or income. It's over $2,000, $3,000 a month. Or you can buy a condo and they'll give you a visa. You can buy property for $250,000. Or you can rent a place for $4,000 or $5,000 a month and they'll give you a visa. They got a new visa. Vietnam, I don't know anything about visas there because I've never explored Vietnam because it just wasn't feasible. And thank you. Thank you, Simply Social. I appreciate your positive feedback. I mean, it's great. I'm glad. That's why I have this channel. I'm trying to give the information from my perspective. I don't know everything, okay? This is just what I have learned because this is what I like. I like the beach life. I don't want to invest any money. I don't want a long-term visa because I don't know if I want to stay here. Things might change, right? I didn't fall in love and then come to the city where my girlfriend lives. I came here and I'll meet someone in the place I like, right? People are too, especially men at our age, are too, I don't want to use the word desperate, but too longing to find love before they arrive. No. Set yourself up for success and then find that. Find a place that you enjoy, that you're comfortable in, that's close to all the commercial districts that you want, that's close to the medical care that you want. Set yourself up with, where is the shopping mall? Where is the hardware store? Where is the 7-Eleven? Where's the hospital? Where's the immigration office? Where's my property manager's office? Where's the gym? Where are all these things? And then fall in love. Darwin, Simply Social, Darwin, Dauwin, I think is how it's spelled, is a great place in southern Philippines. And I'm going to suggest that you go to my friend's channel, Go Wonder, Gojo Wonder, and let him know that I sent you. His channel. He lives in Darwin, and he gives superb information. Like he's an American guy and he is just lovely. And he's got a great lady with him now and he's living life. He is living life. And you see, I'm 58 and I'm a social butterfly and I'm an extrovert. I love here because I meet people every single day here in the pool. I just walk up to people and say hi. And because hopefully the noise isn't too much from the party boat. Ooh, look at that big trawler. Wow. or cargo ship. That's huge. You guys see that? Right there. That's huge. Wow. That is a big, big boat, man. Let me tell you. We don't get a lot of big ships. We don't get a lot of big ships coming through here. Yeah, well, Simply Social, love has a way of creeping up on you and biting you in the ass when you least expect it. But if you're not looking for, especially if you're not looking for it. But what I was trying to say is don't go looking for it. Don't go looking for it. Um, and you won't get into trouble. Where did I put my watch? Because it is hot. Ah, there it is. I will say this to everyone coming to the Philippines, coming to Cebu. I will say this to you. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Sorry, just had to text Anuj about coming down here. Yeah, Simply Social. That's one of the reasons why I left Canada and went to Korea. I got divorced 25 years ago, and I needed a break. I needed to get out. I needed to center myself and get fresh. Yeah, I've been single ever since. But I think it's time to find a partner who I can hang out with and socialize with, and I don't have to be. I don't know what the word is. We'll talk about that later. Received advisory from our agents this morning that all shipping from China is suspended. It's short term. This war is not going to last like the other war in Eastern Europe right now. It's not going to be 4 years. It's going to be another month, and that's it. It's going to be over. I mean, just like the last time, right? Name any war in this region that has lasted more than a little while. I mean, they called it the 7-Day War. They called it come on. They don't last very long because they're not very strong. So it'll be over before we even realize it. So, let's see. I want to move. Yeah, I probably will. I just don't like being over there because it's all full of ants. Anyway, eventually I'm gonna have to move. Let's figure this out. I'm gonna suggest to them that they gotta turn these around, get them off the grass and put them up here so that the shade is here for much longer during the day. Because what happens is the sun is here, and as the sun moves in this direction, the sun points here, and the shade is over on the grass, and you can't sit here anymore. Because after 2 p.m., it gets freaking hot here, and it's only 11 o'clock. Well, Darren, I mean, not to be a sourpuss, but I mean, a lot of the predictions that you've said really haven't come true. You know, like it'll be over well before, like, uh, you know, a couple of weeks. That's it. It's not going to last very long. It's in the best interest of the Western allies to end this sooner rather than later. And whether it's politically, economically, or militarily, it'll be over. This is not Afghanistan or Iraq or Kuwait '91. This is just whatever it is. It is. I'm not going to get into the politics about that, but it's going to be. There's never going to be a ground war, and it can't end unless there's a ground war, and that's never going to happen. Never in a million years it's going to happen. Yeah. Also in the U.S., after you retire, kind of lonely due to everyone working, and our identity is our work. Yeah. One of the things I absolutely love about here is that I meet like-minded people my own age. Hopefully it's not getting too loud for you guys with all the people behind me. I forgot my microphone. Let me see. Yeah, also in the U.S., after you retire, kind of lonely due to everyone working, and yeah, it is a little loud. I'm sorry about that, guys. Fun kids having a fun time. Can't really change that. Yeah, Simply Social. I meet a lot of like-minded people in my age group who are interested in retiring, who are interested in socializing. And that's one of the cool things. Like Bruce that I met yesterday. Really cool guy. Like, he is a character. I absolutely love that about him. I can't wait to see him today and hang out with him tonight. I'm gonna go home this afternoon and take a nap. Well, no, maybe I can't because Anuj is here, and he is gonna want to have a shower over at my place because he's checking out of his place right now. And I'm going to suggest that if he wants to take a nap, because he has to catch a taxi at 11ish. He's going to catch a taxi. So those are the Filipino swim instructors who take care of the Korean kids that are here on 1 month, 2 month immersion into the English camps that are here. I keep sinking in my chair because they're plastic chairs and I keep sliding down. So it is Japanese university vacation, spring break. It is Japanese spring break. So lots of Japanese ladies here. Met a couple on Thursday and Friday. So it's going to be fun. Sorry, guys, if it's a little bit too loud. Hey, the Navy CTRC. Thanks for joining me again. I remember you from last week. How's Florida? Oh, jeez. Come on. Calm down. Banana. So, Jesus. Now, just give them a look like, why are you yelling at the top of your freaking lungs? I know they're kids, but why do you have to yell? Well, I have actually 2 layers. I have a wetsuit underneath, and then I have a shirt over top, and it's just to keep the sun off. They're actually quite thin. Yeah, Navy. I met a guy from Key West, a really cool guy from Key West. His name is Bruce. He's here. He's in his 70s. And he's looking to retire. And I bumped into him this morning. I met him last night in the pool, and we started chatting. And then he came and joined us at the club last night. And I introduced him to Terry, who's lived in Key West, and they hit it off well. They got along and chatting it up and stuff like that. He's actually kind of famous. He's a former host on the Home Shopping Network in the U.S. So meeting people is just, it's so much fun. It's way too much fun. It's way, way, way too much fun. I can't get over is how much fun it is. How much battery do I have left? I'll keep an eye on the battery because we're gonna keep this going for a while, guys. Like I don't have a problem in hanging out with you guys all day until Anush gets here, and we'll hang out with him. And then Paul is coming this afternoon after lunch. He said, hopefully, Angel will come and join us as well. And then Terry should come here in the afternoon with Bobby, and we'll have just a great get together. I know Barry said he was going to come. I messaged him. He hasn't replied back. The other thing is make sure you guys get WhatsApp. Set up WhatsApp on your phone, right? Set it up with your home phone number, and then learn how to use it, and then know how to scan your QR code, because that's how you exchange information with it. You don't have to give them your phone number. You just give them your QR code and they scan it, and boom, you're connected. So what I did is I screenshotted all of my QR codes. So I just open up my photo app, and I have my QR code for Line, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Kakao Talk. Oh, I need to get something to drink. Non-alcoholic juice. So, there are weekly meetups from YouTube groups, expat groups, and Facebook groups in Cebu. I haven't attended. Mainly because I don't like going into Cebu. It's a trip and a half to get into Cebu. It takes a lot of planning and organizing to get into Cebu, and for me it's almost an hour to get into Cebu, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It costs me about $15 to $20 one way. You know, Navy, let me ask you this. Can you afford, with pension, if your wife takes early retirement, if she can, with your Social Security, with your pension, with your savings, without tapping into your capital? I'm not talking about that. I want you to think about this. Okay, I want you to think about this. If your money is paying you interest, dividends, whatever it is, without touching the capital, all of that money, sell your house. Again, if you have family, I'm not going to tell you that. Can you, with your Social Security next year, or when you're 60, with your wife's early retirement, with all of your investments, can you afford $2,000 a month, US? If you can, between $1,500 and $2,000 a month, two of you can live here at Mactan Newtown. At Mactan Newtown. Now, that does not include health insurance. Health insurance is about another $100 to $200. $1,500 to $2,000 a month, and health insurance is about $100 to $200 a month for two people, and you can live here in Mactan Newtown. You can live in the countryside for $1,000 a month. Okay, you can live a lot cheaper in a villa in Darwin or Dumaguete. So much cheaper. Okay, well, and that's it. I mean, so now what you can do, Navy, is if you are free, you can head over here and do a little exploring and checking it out and scoping it out. Do some recon, reconnoiter, right? You can check out the places and get it all set up and ready so that when she's ready to retire, you guys, boom, you're on the plane over here, right? Now, oh, retirement. There you go, brother. There you go. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Philippines has the VA of what is it? FEMAC or not FEMA. I can't remember the acronym for retired military medical coverage. So my friend who lives in Thailand, and you can check out his vlog. His vlog is geez, now I forget his vlog. I'll get it to you. But he's retired military, and he is living in Pattaya, and he's had to have like major surgeries on his back and shoulder, and he flew to Angeles City to get his treatment taken care of. So, TRICARE. That's it. TRICARE. And I'm going to interview my friend Tim, who lives here. He's an American, retired military, disability, and on what he knows about it. But if you follow, I'll send you the link to my friend's YouTube channel. He is Alex Bam Bam. Alex Bam Bam. Alex BAM. And he has a whole ton of stories on his health, his adventure in healthcare in the Philippines. Because he lives in Thailand. Even though Thailand has great medical care, cheap, out of pocket, private medical health care. And here's the thing: Philippines, and Thailand have two-tier medical, public and private. The private, I cracked a bone in my foot the second month I was here. $80 in and out, 45 minutes. I didn't need treatment, but they bandaged me up and gave me meds and told me what to do. But the x-ray and the consultation was $80 and I was in and out in 45 minutes out of pocket. Now I do have travel insurance. I'm not sure whether it covers this, but I'll file a claim when I go home, see if I can get my $80 back. But that's an expense. I did blood tests, cost me $100. It would have cost me almost the same in Sri Lanka. Yeah, and there's a lot of great dive spots. When you get here, I can connect you with my friend Tim, who's a dive instructor, retired dive instructor. He knows all the great places around here and who to connect with. I don't buy the package deals because they do things that I don't want, I don't need. So I know exactly which ones I want, so I pick and choose which ones I want. I don't go for those package deals because they do things I don't need. I don't need cancer screening because I did that 2 years ago in Korea. I don't need stool samples or anything like that. I do urine and CBC blood panels, cholesterol, kidney functions, liver function. Testosterone is the only extra one I do is the testosterone. So I do the complete blood work, vitamin D, calcium, sodium, if it's included in the CBC or CDC or whatever it is, the blood panel. Yes, Navy. Yes, you're 100% correct. But you need to, before you settle down, go to the hospital and talk to them and get registered so that if there's an emergency, they have you on their files and everything, because you don't need to be sorting that out while you're in having head trauma, right? So, because you don't want to find out, oh, this hospital doesn't do that, right? Do you need that extra stress? So do it before. And this is what I say. When you come here, plan for the worst. Get yourself 2 debit cards. Get yourself 2 bank accounts. Have 2 separate banks that you have online access to so that you can transfer money back home and then use the second debit card to withdraw money, right? Because what if one of your cards fails? That's what the first thing I'm doing when I go back to Sri Lanka is I'm going to open up a second bank account at a different bank. Or I'm going to talk to my banker and say, can I have two bank accounts with two separate debit cards that if one fails, I don't have to wait around for 2 weeks for you to send me another debit card, right? Always have 1 month's cash on hand in the event your cards freeze up, like Terry. Simply Social, thanks, brother. Please join us anytime. And when you're watching my vlogs, please, if you could do me a favor, I really, click the thumbs up button and make a comment like a smiley face. Anything you do helps support the channel. I truly appreciate it. And it was a pleasure talking to you today, brother. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you here later on this year, brother. Take care. Navy, you look at how it's working, brother. Look at how it's working. And this is why my channel, I'm trying to be different than everybody else. I'm not doing reviews, restaurant reviews, hotels, and budgets and things like that, because it changes every single month. And every single person's budget's going to be different. I live differently than you. I eat differently than you. I drink differently than you. I party differently than you. I desire different things than you, so my budget will be different. I can give you a roundabout cost of what I spend to live like this. But is that what you're going to spend? Absolutely not. Navy, I would check with your credit union. I have heard that the only one that I have heard from people who live here, Americans who live here, is Charles Schwab. That's the only one. That's the only one. Okay? So that is what I would investigate. Okay? So here's what I suggest that you do. Go to your bank. Okay? Go to your bank and sit down with the manager, not a teller or anything like that. Go to a senior person and you say, okay, I'm traveling to the Philippines long term. I have money here and I want to move it there. What should I do? You tell them what you want to accomplish and they will tell you what to do. They will say, okay, this is the account you need to open. This is the card you need to have. I did that in Korea and in Sri Lanka. I opened up US dollar accounts and I transfer money from my Korean won to my US dollar and from my Sri Lankan rupee to my US dollar. And then let me give you an example. I work in Korea. I earn money in Korean won. I live in Sri Lanka. I need money in Sri Lanka. So what I do is I take money from my Korean won account and I buy US dollars in Korea. And then I SWIFT bank to bank from my US dollar account in Korea to my US dollar account in Sri Lanka. And then as I need the money, I withdraw it into Sri Lankan rupees as I need it, or I leave it there and then withdraw it as US dollars to take on vacation. Now, when I'm here, I withdraw from my Korean won account because then it's just one exchange. I have a gold account, VIP account in Korea, so I don't pay a lot of fees. Great. So again, you tested it and it works. Great. Because see, I'm not American, I'm Canadian, so I don't have these banks. I don't have a bank in Canada anyway. I am a non-resident citizen. What that means is I don't have any assets in Canada. So I don't even file taxes. So that's another good thing. So again, you tested it, so you know it works. That's great. I can't comment. I can only comment on what other people have told me. So I'm glad you have that card, and make sure you test the bank to bank transfer, right? Like account to account transfer, so online, so you know how to do it and that it works. And then now that you have two cards, you have no worries, because one card fails, you have another card. And then what you can do is you can order the other card to come wherever you are. Now, check your bank to make sure your bank allows outside of the US delivery of your of your card, because then if you lose your card or your card fails and they don't deliver outside of the US, then you have to have it delivered to your address, and then you have to have someone deliver that to you. Yes, go have kids, please. Um, sorry, that was just my friend Tim texting me about the motorcycle. We have to try to figure something out about what to do with that. I'm going to try to get it towed to his house and figure it out from there. All right, great, Navy. You've tested this out and you've covered all your bases. So this is the important thing. Double and triple check everything. So look at all of the scenarios, the worst case scenarios, and prepare for those. And you're doing it the right way. That's perfect, brother. Really, really take care of that, because Terry last month was, and does he owe me money? I think he owes me money. I totally forgot about it. I lent him like a couple thousand pesos because he had to wait until after the holiday or after the weekend to call his bank to have his account reactivated or something, because the overseas security locked out his account. So yeah, that's great that they FedEx it to you. That's perfect. That's perfect. So have a personal relationship with your banker so that when you email them or call them or text them, they know who you are. And they know that you're in this, that you're overseas. Contact, of course, I mean, you've done it before. Contact your credit card company and your bank. Let them know that you're traveling, what days and where you're going to be, so that they don't lock out your credit card. Then have a personal relationship with your banker. Have somebody in back home who you can give power of attorney to, who can manage your, hello, little spider. Who can manage your accounts in case there's something wrong. If something goes wrong, that they can go to the bank, they can do things for you on your behalf. That's the most important thing. That's why you go. What else? Let me get rid of this spider. I don't like spiders. Ugh. And it's just a little tiny guy, but I don't like spiders. Anyway, what else? Remind me again where it is you're going to. Have you decided where you're going to come? And when are you coming? Oh, you said you're a couple of years, but are you going to come before that? Before your wife retires? And if you are, let me know. I'll be more than happy to hang out with you. So like I said, hit my WhatsApp or hit my email, and I'll connect you with the people that you want to talk to. All right. What else is going on? Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, beer has water in it. I don't drink anymore. I used to run a nightclub in Korea for 11 years. And I was a VIP host. So my job was to drink and talk to people. And after COVID, I kind of stopped drinking. And even now, I barely drink. Like, for example, today's a really hot day. I'll have a nice cold Pilsner. I'd like that. But cocktails, nah, I'm done with all of that. Juices, that's me, water and juice. Okay, so 6 to 9 months before, find the perfect spot and get set up. Yeah. So, by then, you'll have your list of places that you want to put, starting with Dumaguete, Darwin, Davao City, uh, for your, cost effective living, Cebu, obviously. If you want your luxury living, then you're going to live in like Boracay or Palawan or Manila. If you want like Rojas City, I don't know enough about it, but I've heard some things about it. I've heard some good things about it. And then if you want like remote, you can go like to one of the islands and just sleep on a beach for the rest of your life without ever seeing another human being. But at our age, you want to be near an airport and a hospital. So Cebu City, Davao, those are your two big ones that you can focus on for healthcare, infrastructure, logistics. So like if you want things delivered to you, like shopping online, like Amazon or Lazada, you want that logistics hub. I haven't been to Palawan yet, so I don't know. And I don't really know if Palawan, I mean, it would have a tourist hospital. I would assume that because it's a tourist destination. So I would assume that. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just, Google that, what kind of hospital they have. I would assume that because it's an island that they would have a major hospital, but I can't tell you. I haven't gone yet. I was planning on when I return, because I was here just a short time. When I return, I'm going to do like once every 2 or 3 months, I'm going to go for like 2 weeks to a different place. Oh yeah. Like there, once you go to Palawan and you go to the beaches there, El Nido, Corona, and you go to places like that, any other place you go to is pale in comparison to what those islands are like, what those beaches are like. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. But yeah, Darren. Yeah, I saw that. Navy. I'm kind of done with the diving. I'm a master scuba diver, but snorkeling I would do. I mean, Lady Sarah loves snorkeling. She just discovered it 2 years ago in Krabi when we were there, and when we were in Vietnam, all she did was snorkel all day, every day for hours. I went out for like 10 minutes and oh look a fish. Oh look another fish. But she was like super excited about it because she just discovered it. I've been doing it for 35 years, 40 years. I got certified. Open water certified about 30 years ago in the Caribbean. Yeah. So for me, it's diving. If I was to do a wreck dive or a cave dive, I would. But just reef dive, I'm going to do the whale sharks, so that's going to be an adventure. That's going to be a fun time. I'm going to do. I will probably do, if I went to Palawan, I would probably do one dive, just to log something in my dive book. But I would only probably snorkel. You know what I really want to do? I want to get one of those. I've seen it online. Those breather canisters that you can free dive with. Now, it's only good for 1 meter or 2 meters, but I would really love to try that. I've seen them online, and then what you do is you just pump them up. I mean, it takes a lot to pump them up, I would assume, because it's under pressure. And those things wouldn't last you, I doubt they would last more than 15 minutes or 10 minutes at even 1 or 2 meters. If you go anywhere below 5 meters, that thing lasts you 5 seconds because that's the way the water pressure works on diving tanks. Yeah, well, see, and Florida on the ocean side, it's really like rough, just like Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, on the west side, the ocean is very rough. You can't even go in it. So I'm assuming that, again, I haven't been to Florida in 40 years, but I'm assuming on the East Coast, the ocean is very rough. It's difficult to get a clean dive. Whereas on the Gulf Coast, it's a little calmer. Just like in the north of Sri Lanka, the water's very, very calm because you're on the other side of the ocean currents. Yeah, Coron has wrecks. Leyte has wrecks just over here, like not even a couple of hours away, like about 4 hours away. Leyte Island has one of the most famous wrecks. So I definitely want to try something like that, but I don't want it to be too deep. I don't want to go too deep. Number one, because it's deep. Number two, anything after 10, 15 meters, you can't see anything. It's too dark and the colors aren't there. So, if I can find a wreck between 5 and 10 meters, I'd be more than happy to do that. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping things up. I want to get something to eat because it is lunchtime here in Mactan, Newtown, Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. I want to thank you guys for joining me. It was really good seeing you, Navy, and Simply Social. Always great to see you. Thanks for joining the family. Navy, we'll see you next time. And like I said, please hit me up on email or WhatsApp so that we can chat offline if you have any questions or you want me to hook you up with anybody. I can make sure. But you're setting yourself up for success, brother. Let me tell you something. Like you got it all planned out. You got it all planned out. Like I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, really? That's interesting. I would, again, not being there, I don't know, obviously, but one would assume that the ocean side would be a lot more rough because of the ocean currents. But I guess because you have the Caribbean there, that it kind of blocks because it's coming up. I know the ocean current is coming up from the south. It's not coming from the north. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. And so, Navy, I will suggest that you start in Cebu and then go explore other places. That you set up Cebu as your home base because that's where the airport is, right? It's central to everywhere you want to go. Yeah. Thomas laughing at what Darren said. That's hilarious. It happens a lot. Trust me on that. It happens a lot. What else? I was going to say Navy. I have dove in the Caribbean. My first dive was in Sri Lanka, and it was an illegal wreck dive because I was not certified. It was a resort dive, and the guys took us out, and we were down 15, 20 meters, which is not legal with what they were doing. But that was Sri Lanka 35, 40 years ago. I think I was about 18 or 19. And then when I was in the Caribbean, I would do resort dives every 2 or 3 times a year. And then my girlfriend at the time said, you should get certified. Then you don't have to keep doing the resort dive, like the retraining, the recertification every time. I said, yeah, well. And then we were staying at Sandals for 2 weeks, and they offer the course for free. So I got certified there. And then I did my open water in Canada. So I've done reef diving in the Caribbean. I've done a drift dive in Niagara Falls. I've done a night dive in Lake Erie. I've done cave diving in Mexico, in the Yucatan, in Cancun, in Mexico. I did cave diving, cenote diving, which was the best dive I've ever done. No currents or nothing. And it was incredible. Freshwater. It's really intense. The night dive was interesting in Lake Erie, and it was cold. I had a was it 10 mil or 15 mil suit? Oh my god, it was freezing, and it was summertime. The drift dive in Niagara Falls was interesting. It was really interesting. So most of my dives have been in the Caribbean and in Sri Lanka. Where else? Reef dives, yeah, reef dives in Cuba, in Jamaica, Dominican, Bahamas, Cancun, St. Lucia, St. Vincent. Like every time I go on vacation, I have friends coming in about that one. Yeah, that one you could. Yeah, that one. So yeah, I don't know if I want to get back into diving. I don't know if I want to get back into it because it can get expensive. It can get expensive. I'll tell you a funny story. Lady Sarah, who is my best friend, she comes and visits me every time I go on vacation, and we've traveled together like 6 times in Southeast Asia. So she discovered snorkeling and absolutely fell in love with it. She even bought her own flippers and mask. That's how much she loves it. And I said, you don't need flippers, but she got these big, huge ones that she carries. I said, it's just a waste of space because you can rent ones here. And she goes, no, I want them. She got them custom made to her feet and everything. And she got one of those masks with the snorkel up here, so she doesn't have to put it in her mouth. And she has a full face mask. She says it's much more comfortable. She can see more. I mean, my snorkel mask is a prescription, so I don't have to wear contacts. Anyway, she loses track of what she's doing and ends up in the middle of the ocean, like, outside of the safety. So I ended up getting an underwater whistle, and she laughs her head off because I don't go out with her, and like we're just around, right? So she like disappears. So I got an underwater whistle. I was actually looking for a backpack that has a flag on it out in the water so that boats can see her and stuff like that. She's a strong swimmer and all that. I'm not worried about that. It's just I want to make sure she's okay. If something happens to her, and it's not going to be good. But anyway, Thomas, I'll see you on the other side. Appreciate it, Darren. Take care of yourself. Navy, you're doing everything right. If there's any advice I can give you, hit me up and we'll talk a little bit later. Guys, I'm Sri Lankan Sammi. Sammi in Cebu. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Be good to each other. Be supportive of each other. Be kind. Be friendly. And remember, we're not strangers. We're just friends who haven't met yet. We'll see you all on the other side.